But can I bring up can I talk about like some of these like play parties that I was either like heard about or was at?
Yeah, that's fine.
There's you guys would have fucking play parties, which like literally what it sounds like, the definition of it, there would be both genders here and they would just be like playing with each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I literally saw people tied down to chairs getting like whipped and like their dick sucked.
Yep.
There was some you guys just went fucking Sav mode and I like respect that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that's like a different like, I don't know. I had a great time. I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it was.
And like there's a lot of dope ass people there too.
Yeah, like it wasn't just it wasn't just like shitty people, I guess you could say. Like everybody, like it was very respectful, and we made sure of it. But yeah, it's hard to explain, you know. There's a different vibe to it. It has its own place for sure.
Not for everybody.
It's definitely not for everybody.
Sure.
100% not for everybody. Like if if you get jealous or like have self-worth issues, I guess you could say, to the point of like lashing out, it's not, because like, there's a lot of sharing going on. So
Alexander was a big part of this.
he actually wasn't ever he was there at one. He was there at one of them.
He said there was like a bunch of people like watching.
Yeah, the last one we had here turned into kind of a disaster, because it was on the same friend George. Shout out George. My friend George facilitated it and needed a place for this to go down, for this planned play party to go down, and he had it at our house. He asked me if we could have it here because the person he was planning on, the place it was going to be, was she was like she had like a surgery or something that was going on. So yeah, it happened on a weekend where there was a birthday party at the Abarcas. There was a Renegade up on the Cuesta Ridge and our party, and none of the normal crowd came. Like none of the people that normally are involved in that scene here in SLO came. So they all went to the Abarcas house, they went to the Renegade, or they were just busy. So we had a bunch of what I can only describe as meth addicts and tweakers there. There were people that had never been to an orgy before. So there was people, so it ended up, and there was only about maybe 6, 7, or 8 of us that were actually engaging in the party side, like the play party side of it. The rest of them were just there for the party. So when the play party thing happened in the middle of the living room, there was about 12 to 16 people that were not participating and just fully clothed with drinks, just watching the festivities. And it was like, it literally felt like we were like in the middle of like the Coliseum putting on a show. And it was just the strangest thing. Yeah, that's the story of that night. And it was just bad because there wasn't like a separate room for it. Because like when you're being watched, when you're being watched in that kind of act anyways with just one person, it gets awkward. And so it's just like, it was just, it just didn't go down very well.
And Alex was there for that one.
Alex was there for that one. Yes, that was the one he was there for.
And I remember he tells this funny ass story one time, and that this had to be the one he was talking about, but he was like, yeah, like someone, he like not made, but like had someone who hasn't really like done anything like this before go and like sit down on a chair and they were getting like whipped and shit. Or like,
yeah.
Or they did something.
So George brought George brought a guy, and he had the guy tied up to the chair with his hands behind his back, and he was like whipping him and stuff. Yeah.
And Alex brought a girl with him.
Yeah, who had never been to anything like this before in her entire life, and she was so out of her zone.
She didn't kill it?
No.
She had like red hair.
Yeah, I only saw her, met her like 2 or 3, maybe 4 times. So I didn't really get to know who she was. She was really quiet and very like meek.
Okay.
No, not in a bad way. She was just quiet.
New people.
Yeah.
It's hard to meet new people.
Yeah. And so he brought her, and then, Alex, and somehow got her to participate. And she just looked kind of uncomfortable the whole time. She enjoyed it, I think. And he was checking in with her and stuff, but
dude,